banking. Mr. Mohammed is here, who is going to take us through all the process. Whether this is the first time in Africa, we can applaud them. So, Mr. Mohammed, you're welcome for DTV1.
Thank you so much.
You set the platform.
Yes.
Discussion went on. Panel discussion from different topics altogether.
Right.
Are you happy with that?
Well, we're happy about the fact that we achieved what we set out to in terms of the discussions, the way that the program was designed, the discussions, the expert panel discussions, the expert opinions, insights on their actual digital banking strategies were all revealed here. So we're very happy about it. Yeah.
Most of the discussion was centered on customer, because at the end of the day, no matter how innovative your product is, if the customer is not involved, what happens? Going forward, what do the Center for Strategic Alliance want to do based on the feedback you are getting from them?
Well, to begin with, International Center for Strategic Alliances also stands by the same motto that customer is king. If there is no customer, we have nobody to sell to. So just like that, every other bank here that laid stress on the importance of digital banking and them being customer centric, clearly just comes to saying that customer is the king.
Yeah,
right?
The center.
If you're unable to deliver what the customer asks, it doesn't become your user.
Okay.
Like they said, your customers are not always your users. The end users could be different, but if you're not satisfying the end user, you could lose out on having that customer. And like you said, most of the discussions revolved around customer experience, financial inclusion.
Yeah.
Making customers a focal point. Yes, that is exactly what we all set out to achieve. Like every bank out there wants to be customer centric.
Yeah, that's
wants
true.
To be loved.
Yeah.
Because with no customers, nobody can survive. So that's why most of the topics were centered around
customer base.
Digital banking, why do we need it? We need it for our customers, right? Why do you have to have a very, very convenient banking model? Who do you want it for? You want it for your customers. That's why, if you notice today, most of the digital banking topics were revolving around customer needs. Yeah, so that is the reason.
So, Center for Strategic Alliance, is there any data that you have that suggests, because in Africa, for instance, let me use Ghana as an example because I'm here, where we have other banking industry bringing out one form of a digital banking services. We have the online banking, which is also a little bit different from the digital space.
Right.
And we have some also doing some kind of a cryptocurrency and all that. Can you give us some kind of a data that represent the usage of some of this banking space?
Well, in terms of data, say one thing I was sure of is 60% of African population was unbanked.
60%
was unbanked.
Okay.
They do not have bank accounts. Bringing them to banks is what we call financial inclusion. That's what is termed as financial inclusion. And if you notice today, everybody is striving towards making sure everybody has a bank account. Everybody needs to have mobile money wallets. Why is all of this happening? Just to make sure that back in the days, if you had to go, to a bank to do a transaction like withdraw or deposit, you had to walk to a bank or, make yourself go to the bank, fill in the challan, deposit the cash physically, and then come back. You don't even get your messages. You have no idea whether it's
where
or
not.
Today, you sit here, you ask me for cash. Somebody from India, somebody from London, UK, wherever you want.
They can easily send you the mobile money.
Take out your phone, take your number, hit send. It's there. I get a confirmation. You get a confirmation. Life is much more easier.
In Africa, especially in Ghana, Kenya, where the cashless system started in terms of the mobile money system, in Ghana here we also have a mobile money. All the telcos are getting involved. In all of this, there's something we all scared of: security.
Yep.
Security.
Yes.
Security.
Yep.
In all of this, are we safe? Because
it's safe to say that we are not safe, but it's safe to say that we are safe. The reason I make that statement is because if you have a security system that is good enough, you can be away from threats. But if you have a security system that's not in place, then of course you are prone to risks, right? And in fact, we had organizations discuss about how important financial security is, how important is cybersecurity. We need to make sure that we have the right systems in place, and then you could make statements like, see, we are the most safest bank, or we are the most safest cryptocurrency, we are the most safest digital wallet. So, yeah, nobody could tell whether or not you are safe or not, unless you have the right security in place.
Two more issues before we wrap up this conversation. In the course of the 2 days event, there's one thing that consistent of Islamic banking, where we have one from the Islamic Banking Association also represented in this. In all of this, are they included into the discussion of the digital banking services?
Of course they are. Islamic banking also needs to have services like mobile banking app, like a banking app. There are banks in Malaysia who are complete Islamic banking. They have an app. It's good to have a banking app, and then apart from banking app, you need online banking services. You also need just like how convenient any other form of banking is. Islamic banking has to be just like that.
Okay.
Why leave out any branch of banking, right? Whether or not you term it Islamic banking, you term it retail banking, commercial banking, investment banking, every kind of bank needs to be digitalized.
Okay.
Every kind of banks needs to be digitalized. That's why we had one of the topics. One of the people, in fact, asked the questions, and I think the panelists very nicely said that yes, it is important. Digitalization everywhere is important. We chose the BFSI sector. Now we're talking about Digital Banking Summit. Tomorrow it could be Digital Aviation Summit or Digital Transport Summit. So digitization is the way of life.
This is live coverage of DTV1. We are live from Kempinski, where we are bringing you the last part of the Digital Banking Summit and Excellence Award. We want to wrap up this conversation, and then let me ask Master Mohammed, what is the way forward right from now?
Well, there's a lot on plate right now. I mean, with a lot of overwhelming conversations, I think we are moving forward to the next Digital Banking Summit, will be hosted on the 25th of November at Rwanda, post which in the month of February next year we're going to have Global Emerge Tech Summit in Nigeria. So we are hoping and wishing we get the same kind of love and same kind of turnout on our events in terms of the number of people who attended with the decision makers.
All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I'm happy to have you here on DTV1 as well. Thank you again. This is a live coverage, and this is a concluding part of the Digital Banking Summit here at Kempinski, right here in Ghana. It's all about digital banking. If you are not involved, start thinking digital. Start thinking digital. My name is Tanko Abdullahi Ibrahim, and of course, you are there. I thank my team. I thank the ICASA who made sure that we did this thing live, and all the partners as well who supported the International Center for Strategic Alliance, including DTV1, and all the staff, all the crew members, the production team, the cameramen, the lighting, everybody. We say thank you to everybody for staying with us since yesterday, and today we are ending. My name is Tanko Abdullahi Ibrahim for DTV1.